Hey everyone. Alright, so like I said in some of my comments on my first Belladonna video, I do have an updated tragedy here. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, I'm currently rank 111. I did get a decent score. Improved a lot in the damage received department. There's still probably room for improvement here. I just haven't found it yet. And my best damage done is 928 million, but it always comes with a caveat, and that is either Lara is super roll balling it or Sephiroth, or both are low balling it. The only one who's been consistent so far is actually Angela. So yeah. The team is still very much the same. I just shuffled around some gearing, so let's check out Melia. Base form uses the same things, no real changes other than Dream of the Faith and GF extensions, such that she has 5k SPR, which is good. We are only using her. Actually, yeah, on turn 6, she takes the AoE damage in the base form, which is why I have all of this in here, because she easily caps SPR and through dual wield SPR. So I had wiggle room for this. We don't need much HP anyway. Still using Arif's vision card. If I had Kresnik, I'd obviously use Kresnik's vision card. The same applies to the STMR. I would also use Kresnik's STMR, the hat, instead of Phasey's, but I don't have anything better. So this is it. Base for Brave Shift identical, pretty much the same SPR, but we are using killers, a lot of killers actually. So we got 275 to both human and beast here. I actually also went ahead and maxed out her SPR this time around, so we are good in that department, and the rest doesn't really matter. Okay, Xon. He's passive provoke evading, as usual, but I gave him flame gun. Now, it's a fire weapon, and the reason for that is, when he counters, I want him to heal as little as possible, such that the gravity attack on Xon every even turns doesn't screw me over in the long term, especially when we heal up at some point later down the line in the fight. Alright, also has dual cast. And yeah, we're gonna need dual cast for Reflect Shell at the beginning and on turn 5 or 4? 4, I think. Other than that, has MP recovery because he gets MP drained constantly throughout the fight, and I don't want to be in a pickle. So Witch's Cackle and Legacy of the Ancients are enough. Louise, base form, really nothing, honestly. I didn't bother re-gearing it. She has dual cast still. I don't think I ever need it because, But yeah, own vision card. Brave Shift hasn't changed much, as you can see. Still has the same old, same old. So she is at 275 beast, 250 human, 300 LB. I didn't make it to the max, which I find a pity. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, honestly. Can't make it work to 300 unless I give her Behemoth. Does she have Behemoth? Who's on Behemoth? Oh, Lara's on Behemoth, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't work. Angela has a couple of changes. One, Aurora Scarf and dual wielding still. So Aurora Scarf is actually needed for the turn 5 chain cap. Not chain cap, chain, 100 chain. I hate this part of the game, but it is what it is. We're gonna auto attack with her, easier. So she has dual wield, mood maker, all the good stuff, and using the Trials of Mana vision card. Brave Shift, same card. No real changes to the Brave Shift, honestly. Yeah. So people also asked me, how would I change the Brave Shift if I had Pause's STMR? Now, if I had Pause's STMR, I would throw out, more important than magic, I would throw out Cursed Doll Plus for Sinner's Burden. Or you could use, or you I don't even know if it is such a clever idea to throw out her TMR because of the 70% magic, but if you have Sinner's Burden plus, I can show this to you. Sinner plus plus, I mean, this one is 50% true double hand magic, which would allow you to skip Aerith's clothes and use what's its name? Wizard of Shantodo's STMR, which is this one, Minister's Code. I could use this, I would have 300 LB damage, it would increase my score probably a lot more, which is a shame that I don't have it. For some reason, I must have skipped it somewhere down the line. I didn't have enough crafting materials to get Sinner's Burden plus plus, and now I've regretted it once, and this is the second time I regret it, so yeah, accidents happen, kind of, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that's all about it. So until we get the chain cap clothes, we still have to use Indestructible Light, sadly. Lara, base form, Riku's pouch, lion emblem, rest really doesn't matter. We're not using the dispel staff, etc. So you can ignore that. Has her own vision card. Brave Shift has no changes, still the same old from the last clear. So yeah, still 300 human beast, and due to gun variants, yeah, this is really bad, honestly. I've had runs where Lara would deal 250 million, and the highest I've seen was 410 million. And just the thought of going from 270 million to 410 million, it's just mind-boggling how much I hate variants for that. So, and Lara Croft has potential to be the highest DPS on this run, but she also has the potential to be the second worst, because Sephiroth is constantly the worst of them, even though he has good chances to be the second best next to, even before. So Angela could be, on paper, Angela should be the worst, but she's always on the top unless Lara rolls high. And that is because Sephiroth is really bad when it comes to variants for me. I mean, I guess this is karma for me pulling so hard on him, but yeah. Sephiroth is using Gravity Rod. If you don't have Gravity Rod, you kind of have to swap around Espers here, or make it work otherwise. Or you could, I don't know, I think I saw Alan Wanderer using Fire on Sephiroth. I think that works too. But I feel like Gravity Rod is a little bit safer. I don't know. If you don't have it, you can try using Fire from the Ifrit Esper, which you should have naturally, and target Xon. But I find Gravity Rod a little bit of the safer route here. So Arian is doing Gravity Rod, a second weapon, so he can also single attack on normal attack on turn 5. And how this works, I'll show you later. So Honorable Rod Arts, Yeti combat style, dual wield, rest doesn't really matter. And he's using Tifa's vision card. I wish I had more Tifa's vision card, but alas. Brave Shift, the usual. Now no changes from my previous clear, so he's still at 300, 300, 300. Okay, let's give this a go. And as per usual, things might go wrong with Angela's LB filling, but we'll see. Alright, Angela turn 1, still limits. Lara turn 1, also still limits. So we'll get that right. Oh, but first of all, we will have Xon. That is why he has dual cast, Reflect on self and Shell on self. And that way we get the shell effect onto the boss, taking less damage in the process. I mean, the boss is still going to drop fairly low because Angela. Okay, Sephiroth is going to quad cast Graviga on the team. There we go. I should probably lower the music a bit. I don't know. Sounds fine to me. Anyway. Now we go, Xon at 29 HP, excellent stuff. Jeez Louise, Brave Shift. I always forget to have a start in a Brave Shift, but anyway. So Ionic 3 times and neutralizing. That way we can take a lot less damage on Melia. Melia is going to Cedar and Spruce Shelter. There we go. We are hoping to get a few LB crystals on Angela, but we were not lucky, so this is going to be an awkward clear. There we go. Alright, let's go back to base. Lara is going to use Eccentric from Riku's Pouch. Oops, Sephiroth was in base. He stays in base. He's going to Rallying Cry. I still believe I need to do Rallying Cry beforehand, before I LB, so triple AR with Xon, that remains. Let's see how many crystals we get on Angela. Oh, that is very convenient. So we're gonna LB with Angela. We're switching back. Louise in triple Ionic and Power Boost. Melia, in the meantime, can Brave Shift and Eggshell plus cover. Let's wait for this to land. There we go. And fill LB gauge. Okay. There we go. Next turn, we are going to repeat Sephiroth and Xon. Now, hopefully Xon can give us enough LB crystals on Angela. Let's see. Yeah, weren't that lucky. So Angela is going to limit. Turn 3. Let's limit with Louise as well. And Melia is going to guard. Okay, that was excellent. No pun intended. Okay, turn 4. Sephiroth needs to limit. So we'll do that first. Lara will just rallying. Louise goes back to base and Ionics 4 times. Xon is going to... Well, actually, I should check Louise first. Yeah, exactly what I expected to happen. So usually Xon would now use Reflect and Shell, but we can't afford to, so we need to fill LB gauge again, which I hate doing. And it didn't happen. So let me quickly reset and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's hopefully have better crystal drops this time around, because that was super annoying. Okay, so Lara, turn 4, right? Yes. Rallying. Seth still limits. How always happens. Okay, so Louise back base and Ionic 4 times. Let's check the crystal drops. Perfect. Okay, and that is how it was supposed to go. So 4 turns for LBs, perfect. And now what we can do is dual cast, reflect on Angela, and shell on Angela. Could have done on Melia or anyone else, but Xon, honestly. Okay, perfect. And Melia. I could also do Shelga on my team. I should spec Shelga on Carbuncle, but oh well. Melia, turn 4, is going to Eggshell and Overgrown. looking good so far. Okay, it's turn 5. Here's the trick. So because Angela and Sephiroth are using dual wields, you're gonna use AZ or AZ chaining. That one perfectly chains with Angela and Sephiroth's base attacks. Both are bolting strike. You kind of have to have a macro for this or else this breaks, but it is a 101 to 104 chain score depending on how my macro wants to operate. But first of all, because we do kind of want LB crystals to land on these units first, I will use the LBs first. Lara hits really hard. Alright, let's do the chain. This hopefully worked. It looks like it did. There we go, 104 chain score. We're done with that. So Melia, turn 5, is going back to base. Cover. Let's hope for a good cover roll and Wooded Refuge. There we go. Good. Turn 6. Here the order is very important, so we are going to start off with Angela, limit bursting. Number 2 is our girl Lara, triple hot shot. Number 3 is Melia, who is going to Cedar and Spruce Shelter. Let's wait for this to finish. Let's send in Lara. Number 3 is then Melia. And number 4 is Xon, who is going to now dispel the boss and himself, which is very important here. Dispel. Because what we do want to get rid of are the basically all the boosts. So let's do this. Target self. Done. The only thing that still remains is the magic damage reduction. Unfortunate, it's undispellable, but yeah. Now, Sephiroth is going to limit in base form for the Better Imperil, especially the Dark Imperil that we are looking for. And Jeez Louise, it's turn 6. Nope, it's the correct form. She stays in Brave Shift. She is going to do Ionic, Disarming, and Neutralizing in this very order to deal the least amount of damage. So let's wait for Sephiroth to finish. There we go. Perfect. Great stuff. Looked like a decent roll on Melia as well. And this is what I meant. So Melia heals the team now, and Xon still gets one more time half HP'd, which is unfortunate. But we are going to use Graviga 4 times again. So Graviga, let's go. Thus significantly reducing all the stuff. But since Xon has magic reduction, we cannot really reduce his HP that much. It's fine though. Alright, Angela is going to, in this order, Hotshot, Latent, Fairy Walnut on Xon, because he's out of mana. So let's go. Lara is going to Brave Shift and Volatile Ammunition. Melia on turn 7 is going to Evergreen Blessing in Brave Shift. There we go. Louise can Nano Machine for the LB boost and just a few Ionics. And Xon is going to double up. Critical on Angela for the magic buff, critical on Melia for the killers. And yeah, let's do Lara first, or else she has the Gun Emperor on the boss. No, she already has the Gun Emperor on the boss, doesn't matter. Alright, there we go. LBs are good to go almost. Let's copy. So here's another mana drain. Or is it? No, it's on turn 8, sorry. It's always even turns, not odd turns. And this is what I meant, he healed so much now. Anyway, Angela on this turn, super easy, she just normal attacks. We cannot guard her or else she loses all her stacks, which would be very unfortunate. We're gonna use Hotshot 3 times with Lara. Sephiroth is using Fallen Angel. Jeez Louise gets ready. Firestarter, Firepower, Power Boost, and Incapacitate target. Melia uses her Limit Burst for type mitigation and modifier increases. And Mastermind Xorn, which happens at the very end. Elemental on Louise, Critical on Seth, and Share. But let's first press Louise. There we go. Let's press Xorn. Everyone's good to go now. Yeah, the highest attack on Xorn. It's really unfortunate. I kind of want to find a way to mitigate the amount of damage he takes on the very last turn, on turn 8. Haven't found a way yet. Maybe I'll find it soon. Hopefully, because that would increase my score a bit. Alright, so I'm gonna show you what's happening now, but it's still the same from last time. So Seth, Angela, Louise, Lara. That was all 4, right? So all these 4 Limit Burst. I am still using Stardust Ray. Should have the same modification, 1800 compared to Bolting Strike, right? Yeah, it's both 1800 physical damage, so Stardust Ray is slower. It also doesn't matter for this one, 5k, 5k. So we are using Stardust Ray. I'm more accustomed to Stardust Ray frames than Bolting Strike. Alright, so I'm gonna make a cut here, and I will show you my best variance roll. But yeah, this is the strat, nothing changes anymore. It's just mainly variance rolling at this point. So yeah, see you then for the best variance roll. Alright, here goes another variance roll. I've been rolling really badly. My highest one was 970 million. That was on the run I recorded, actually. So here we go. Angela first. Send, wait, send. 343 million. That must have been Lara. That sounds really good. I hope everyone else also wrote higher. Oh, new high score. It's 5 million more than before. Oh boy, still not 1 billion though. But you know what? I'm gonna score this in. I'm gonna upload this video with this one. It is what it is. Yeah, Sephiroth rolled really badly. I had a run earlier today where he was the only one who rolled 270. If I had this now, this would have been 1 billion. But I guess it is what it is. Looks decent. So this is definitely a new high score. Damage taken is also the newest high score. 200 more points, which is excellent. Okay, let's check my rank then. I'm back to 75. I was 74 earlier and now I'm 75 again. Oh boy, this is so competitive. Now, because I made a lot of changes along the way, I'm going to show you Xorn again because he has some changes. Envy's headband, Brontes, I'm using a lightning weapon for specific reasons such that he does not heal a lot. I don't want him to heal a lot. And using a wrong element weapon does the trick here. I'm using Looming Graph to increase counter abilities because one change is on turn, let's see, which one was it? It is turn 7 exactly, where I previously used Quadruple Graviga. I am now using Fire on Xorn, and that is why he's wearing Auerbus Boon. So he procs his guts, he's at exactly 1 HP,
And on turn 7, the boss does not do his gravitas attack. It's on turn 8, but the boss still attacks Xon, and thus he can guaranteed counterattack once with a heal for 5 to 10 HP, and he survives that turn, which is great. And I'm taking a lot less damage that way. Okay, anything else that changed? Yeah, Angela saw a few changes. I'm using Florid Hairpin now for that's Frevea's STMR. Has a lot of less magic, but it has 52 double hand. And I'm using Minister's Code now for 300% LB damage now that we do have. And because I was struggling with LB crystals, I'm using Ark's Hat instead of Vivi's Hat. It's a little bit safer that way. We lost 230 magic in the process, but Resnut on the Discord told me it would be more DPS that way. And from what I've seen so far, it's very slightly so more DPS, but the variance got higher. Now my bottom floor is 308 million, where before it was 320, but the upper bar is now higher at, I believe, 360 was the highest I've seen, and before it was just 355 or so. So you lose some, you win some, it's okay. These did not change. And lastly, Louise saw a little bit of shifting in gears. Now Vivi's Hat is on her, as is Cursed Doll Plus, because this one 3'd up. I'm using Man Eater's Sense too. I realized, why not just give it to her? It's more human killer. So yeah, those are the only changes. So thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. Best of luck for variance rolling. I know I will keep variance rolling, but this is pretty much the last of my videos. There isn't really that much room to improve anymore for the strat itself. So yeah, all it comes down to is whether I will get that 1 billion variance roll, and the maximum I can get probably is 1.05 to 1.6 billion, which would put me actually in the top 10 after cheaters get removed. But getting there, that is asking for a lot. So as long as I can keep being in the top 100, I'm fine, because the top 100 spot is already super competitive. And yeah, I would get 30k lapis. That'd be so cool if I stayed in the top 100. That'd be really awesome, getting 30k, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. I know this is possible, so let's hope for the best. But anyway, thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow on Monday for another special video that was actually tried to do today, but I ran out of time and I do have other things to do now. I'll do it tomorrow. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.